I got dreams of getting R&B. Hold on, let me get this right. I got dreams of getting an R&B chick. Hold on, let me get the sound right. Hold up. Let me get the studio right. I got dreams of getting an R&B chick. One time, one time. I got dreams of getting an R&B chick. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's TheFlyBoyWay. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. Man, we are in for a conversation today, my boys, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to V Swells already in the building. We are in for a conversation. Welcome to Town Hall. In this Town Hall, for those that don't know, Town Hall is a podcast where I talk about things from the different communities I'm in, whether it's the travel community, whether it's the Black community, whether it's the finance community, whether it's the father community, whether it's the family community. There are a lot of communities that I'm in, and I always, I see things happening around the community, and I say, this is a lesson that some people can probably learn from, and this is something that apparently is neat to be talked about in this conversation. And I felt like today was the day to have this conversation. So again, welcome to Town Hall. This Town Hall episode, we're going to talk about selling a dream versus showing you what is reality. How some creators are setting you up for failure because they do not know they're selling you a dream. And here's where it's going to get a little bit confusing for some people, because some people are going to be like, well, let me make sure the mic is on. How is it that someone can be selling me a dream and not know? Well, first, I think the best way to do that is to give you the definition of selling a dream, and then I'll explain to you guys how some people, some creators, are selling you a dream and they don't even know it. Shout out to Terrence Hill in the building. Shout out to ETS in the building from B More in the building. And shout out to Jake Cloud. What up from Alabama, Mississippi? And shout out to V Swells again, y'all. All right, so I always say if we're going to have a conversation about something, it's always best to start with definitions, because we have to have some kind of basis on what we're saying. And the best basis to have is the actual definition of something, because a lot of times people get lost in interpretation. They interpret what it means. So, but there's actually definitions where we can actually look and see it. So, definition of selling a dream. Selling a dream means painting an enticing emotional picture of a future success, lifestyle, or ideal outcome to persuade people rather than focusing on realistic facts, hard work, or technical details. I'm going to read it one more time for those people in the back who haven't heard. Shout out to Kissy in the room. What's going on? Selling a dream means painting an enticing emotional picture of a future success, lifestyle, or ideal outcome to persuade people rather than focusing on realistic facts, hard work, or technical details. Now let me try to break it down a little bit in layman terms, and try to give you guys how there are some people who are selling you a dream about places, about lifestyles, about wealth patterns, about how family organizations work, just about a lot of stuff on YouTube, and how they don't even know it. Let me use myself, not myself, but let me say my name, because we're not going to say any names here, as an example. A lot of you guys know Colombia is my favorite place to go. If I go to Colombia and on my channel, all you see is nothing but baddies, all you see is nothing but great times, and you don't hear anything bad about Colombia or any difficult times or any hard times and you don't see anything, maybe because I have enough money where I can avoid that, but then on my channel, I never explain that, hey, this lifestyle requires you to have this stuff and up before you can even say this is a lifestyle, then unfortunately, I am selling you a dream because based on the definition, there are no realistic facts or technical details being told to you in the videos I produce. Because realistically, every woman in Colombia is not going to be a baddie. Realistically, everyone is not going to be able to afford that lifestyle. So if I'm not on my channel, for example, I like to share. I like to share the screen, you guys. For example, we are looking at my channel right now, the Flyboy Way channel. If on my channel all I had was the success, and I didn't tell you, okay, well, I told you all the success outside of the country, but I didn't show you any success in the United States, whether it's in New York, Chicago, Indianapolis, Providence, Rhode Island, New Jersey, where I am from, LA, Miami, Puerto Rico, Atlanta, Washington, D.C., Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas. Then when I go and I tell you my lifestyle around the world, it is selling you a dream. Because in order to move the way I did and the way I do around the world, I first had to move that way around the way I lived. But even further than that, there are going to be people who don't tell you about the finances of what it takes for you to be in a position, and we're going to get into more stuff next, but to be in a position where you can afford or understand that, hey, when you see me with two twins, real quick, when you see me with two twins, this is my story times at. Hold on. Let's go to story time. It's my fault. Let's go to story time. When you see me with two twins, it's not big yet. It's coming. When you see me with two twins, and I tell you a story how I had fun with two twins in a foreign country, if I'm not explaining to you guys what that comes with and what took it to get there, because I'm afraid that people are going to say, oh, you only deal with prostitutes, or you only deal with this thing, then what I'm doing to you is selling a dream. I'll give you another example. Y'all know I love Colombia, right? My second favorite country in the world, United States being the first. If I have an amazingly beautiful girlfriend in Colombia and I give her $700 a month to take care of her family, and she does whatever I ask her to do, and then I bring them to you to say, hey, this is a representation of all the women in the country that you can get, I am selling a dream and I don't even know it. The reason why I'm selling a dream and I don't even know it is because I am assuming that everyone watching the videos knows that this woman is getting a stipend to produce the lifestyle that I want her to have, For me, I don't believe in selling a dream. I believe in telling the real facts on lifestyles. And some people will say, well, there are limited stuff you can say on YouTube. As a person who's been on YouTube 17 plus years, almost 17 years, I'm telling you, you can pretty much say anything you want on YouTube. The biggest issue is that a lot of stuff is not monetizable. Now, you can't say anything negative to anybody. You can't say anything that downgrades a group of people. You can't bully anybody. But your real life experiences, you can say. I say it all the time, but it's not monetizable. Now, I myself had a video taken down, but it was a lot of other reasons behind it that I didn't know until I started talking behind the scenes with YouTube on what was going on. selling a dream, and I'm gonna get to your comments. Selling a dream. Let's read the definition again. If you're just joining the room, selling a dream means painting and enticing an emotional picture of a future success, lifestyle, or ideal outcome to persuade people rather than focusing on realistic facts, hard work, or technical details. Now, I'm not saying that one is better than the other or one's worse than the other, but I'm pointing out a big fact that a lot of people miss. If I sell you a dream that you can live in the Philippines, you can be an older guy and live in the Philippines and retire, and you can have a whole new family over here, and you can live and your wife enjoys you, the kids are good. I'm selling you this dream that everything is great. I'm telling you there are some things that's going wrong around the rest of the world, but I'm showing you everything is great. I don't introduce my family to you guys. I don't show us going out and do stuff. All I'm doing is telling you this stuff, but I'm not telling you the fact that I got an entire family back in the States and they may be struggling. And I'm like, yo, forget them. I got a new family here. Or I got a family I'm taking care of here. That mental availability for people to do that, not everyone can do that. Me personally, they're talking about myself. I cannot live and start a family in Colombia and then know that my daughter in the United States doesn't have a place to live. My son doesn't have a place to live. My heart doesn't take like that. And that's the part, again, of selling a dream. Realistic and technical details that are being left out when people have conversations. When people have conversations about how beautiful a place is, or how great a lifestyle is, or how at peace I am, if you don't allow people to know that, hey, I'm at peace because I'm okay with leaving with everything I had back home. Now, if I say that, then I tell you how at peace I am. That is being real and telling the full truth and the full real experience of something versus just the highlighted part of life. Again, there's no good or no bad. There's no right or no wrong. I think a lot of people, they get stuck up on, oh, that's mad, that's wrong, that's bad, you shouldn't do that. You can't tell somebody else how to live their life. I already had a video saying that already. I can't be the moral judgment of somebody else. I can't gatekeep. I can't what do you call it? I cannot be responsible for what somebody else does because we might not have the same morals. We might not have the same principles. But in this conversation, we're solely talking about selling a dream versus telling you what is real and allowing you to decide whether or not this place works for you. I'm going to read this definition and we're going to get to your comments real quick. Selling a dream means painting and enticing meaning interested or attention grabbing, okay? Emotional picture of a future success, lifestyle, or ideal outcome to persuade people rather than focus on real facts, hard work, or technical details. I'm going to get to the whole. I got a lot of different topics. There are a lot of different parts that we're going to go more into this, but I want to show you guys I appreciate you. So if you guys got questions, you can ask in the chat. I see the chat is loading up, so let me get to the chat, y'all. I'm gonna load this down. I just want to use that for real quick. All right. I'm gonna take a sip of the water too. All right. Let's see. He said, ETS said, yo, the shirt is fire. Man, these are my shirts I have all the time. I got a bunch of these episodes of snacks with the shirts on and stuff. Y'all can see them. I just wear them for me. I don't really wear them for anybody else. J Class says, preach. What up? Again, I read your comments because sometimes when the playback comes, it doesn't play back right away. Chosen One says, I've been in Medellin for 2 months. No pros. I don't know what I'm doing. Been to Medellin watching Netflix. I don't do nothing. I'm a hot mess. But I haven't been drugged or robbed, bro. Chosen One says, as long as you were enjoying it your way, it's all good. That's the thing that I want a lot of people to understand. You know, rather than telling people rather than pointing out people and saying, oh, this creator is selling you a dream, or this creator is selling you a dream, or this creator in Africa is selling you a dream, rather than doing all that, all I do is tell my story in hopes that you guys will be able to differentiate when someone is bringing to you something real versus when someone is selling a dream. And a lot of times, it's not even at the fault of the person selling you the dream, because they don't realize that if I don't tell you the full truth of a story, and I only show you the highlights, and I don't tell you the full backstory to stuff, then I'm selling you a dream, because as the definition says, I'm not telling you about technical details or realistic facts. I'm only telling you about the part that I think is going to make either me look good or is going to make you want to try this lifestyle out. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there is a difference. There is a very big difference. It's okay, there's a lot of things. Let me see. Not to hate, but I won't compare long term. All right, shout out to Celebrate. All right, let me get back to the conversation, because I see you guys talking back and forth. All right, so here's another thing. Recently, I started taking PrEP pills. For those that don't know, PrEP pills are pills that prevent HIV. Now, you have to be tested multiple times to make sure you don't have anything before you can take these pills. I told people the side effects that come with it, and I also told people why, for me, it's a more better route, because I know myself. Never did I ever try to say, hey, there's nothing wrong. You need to take these pills and take them because it can protect you from HIV. And you know, over there, you can go over there and you can do whatever you want. You can wear no condom. You can be part of no condom game. You can do all this stuff. Like I've never said that, because I understand that selling you a dream versus telling you what's realistic can make you just think you can pop a pill and go to Brazil and just knock everything down, or pop a pill and go to Philippines and just knock everything down. So when I approach that topic, that's how I brought it to you. When I show people, yo, I like playing videos in the background while we're talking. So let me bring it out. Let it play in the background while we're talking about it. Let's go to playlists. We'll just play the whole playlist in the background. There we go. Let's play view playlist. Let's play all. Cool. Let's turn the music down though. Let's not get demonetized. Okay. All right. Now let's go back to the conversation. I told people, yo, I took two women to island in Colombia, San Andres, and I had the time of my life. I seen somebody say a comment where, yo, I saw this guy acting like Big Willie, and he walked out the bathroom with a robe on, and he kissed one woman. And then he looked at the camera and he smiled, and he went and kissed the other woman. Oh, these girls must be pros. And I said, no. And so he's lying. He's selling you a dream. And I broke down to him, no. Let me help you understand why things work out the way things work out for me. There are some women that I've dated that are pros, that I've did videos with, not dated. Some women I did videos with that have gone the pro route. And in some that all I do is show a lifestyle. But I also said that lifestyle costs money. Meaning I have to pay $200 for one flight, for one girl's flight, one woman's flight, $200 for another woman's flight. You're watching here where I'm taking women shopping. You're watching that I'm providing a lifestyle. But notice, had I not said any of this, that I'm showing you can either go to pro way or you can provide a lifestyle. And what I'm showing you now is me providing a lifestyle, going to the best restaurant on the island, the most expensive restaurant on the island, different game rooms in different places. Then I would have been selling you a dream that you believe that I can just get two women just to take them on the trip, and they got to pay for their trip, or they got to pay for their food, or they got to come out their pocket for anything. And if I don't tell you that, hey, I'm paying for their flights, I'm paying for the Airbnb we stay at. It got a jacuzzi. I'm paying for the luxury lifestyle when we go pop bottles in the club. Without telling you that, then I would be selling you a dream. Selling you the dream that you, as an American citizen, who might not have the best hairline, who might not be the best in shape, who might be not be the most attractive, handsome guy that the woman ever seen, can go right to Colombia, get 2 women, and have a time like this. That would be me selling you a lie. That would be me selling you a dream, because I would be leaving out technical details, realistic facts, the hard work of learning the language, and most importantly, it would be me trying to persuade you that you can do it. But that's not what I do. See, my channel is based on realistic type. And the issue is that people don't understand, when you base your stuff in realism, it's not going to get as many views, because it's not as appealing as what selling somebody a dream is. Where I got all these things flying all over the place. It's so well edited, it's so well produced, it's so well organized. It's not an IRL like what you see on the video screen right now. It's easy to sell you a dream when I do that, if I do that. But then I can't say that I'm not selling a dream unless I just don't know. And this is why the title is, most content creators are selling you a dream and they don't even know it. Based on the definition, that selling a dream means painting an enticing emotional picture of future success, lifestyle, or dream or ideal output to persuade people, rather than focusing on realistic facts, hard work, or technical details. Let's get to your comments and then we get to the next part, because I don't want to miss y'all comments too much, y'all. Chosen said HIV is real, but not something that will overly concern me. That's crazy. Noop Wonder says tricking is what you're doing, brother. Not providing a lifestyle. It's called tricking. Okay, this is a perfect example of the fact that people, they don't use proper definitions and they go on their interpretation. Definition of tricking. Oh, okay. Definition of tricking: to deceive, cheat, or fool somebody. Here's the difference. We have an Ebonics dictionary, and then we have the Oxford dictionary that's been around as long as possible. The root word trick, again, means to deceive, cheat, or fool someone. If I'm providing women a lifestyle so that I can be treated a certain way, and I'm treated the way that I am intended and desire to treat, how is that a trick? Who's being fooled? Who's being deceived? Who's being Who's being cheated out of something? I think a lot of times people don't understand that time and money don't carry the same value for most people. For Noop Wonder, his money may be longer than his time. But for me, my time is way longer than my money. And my time been longer than my money for a long time. I think the biggest issue is that even if somebody says it's tricking, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The reason why it doesn't matter is because that's your opinion. But based on the definition, it's not. Because no one's getting fooled or deceived. Now, providing a lifestyle is the exact definition of what it means. These women are being provided a lifestyle. They're being provided a lifestyle to go on a fancy vacation, when most women have never, in Colombia, have never been to San Andreas. Most women have never had to go, somebody take them there for free, spend money on fancy restaurants, get in a car and drive them around the island. This is all of providing a lifestyle. And the issue is that so many creators, because they don't go into detail like this, because so many people don't go into detail like this. They sell people like Nuke Wonder a dream that there is a place or a person who doesn't do all of this in the background, because they don't tell you, hey, I give this woman $700 a month so she can treat me the way you guys see me on camera, or I paid this woman at the end of the trip, or I paid her phone bill, or I did something like this. Because there aren't many people who are not trying to sell you a dream based on the definition, you're not going to hear this side from everybody. And for me, I'm willing to say that side because, again, I want people to learn from the life that I live, even after I'm gone. And if all I'm doing is trying to do stuff to make me look good, to make it seem like, yo, I got this off the strength. I got this because they had a pure burning desire for me. I got this because they just like me because I was from the United States. Then what I'm doing to my crowd will be selling them a dream. What I would be doing to my audience, to my subscribers, to the people who watch me, would be selling a dream. Now, I might not be doing it on purpose. I might not believe I'm selling the dream because, like Nuke said, Nuke divine tricking as something else. When I read the definition, it did not fit. So a lot of people can be like, I'm not selling a dream because somewhere it says, look, I don't have to tell you that I pay for these girls' flights. I don't have to tell you that I give her $700 a month. I don't have to tell you that she's on my phone bill. But by definition, again, by definition, again, let's go back. Definition of selling a dream. Let's go ahead. By definition, if I am not showing, if I'm leaving out technical details, and I'm leaving out realistic facts, then I'm selling you a dream. Regardless if I know it or not, I'm selling you a dream. That's why, again, on my channel, I take whatever it comes with. Somebody says I'm a trick by your definition, cool, whatever, doesn't matter to me. Even Drake said it. Drake said it on his thing. He said tricking has some kind of bad connotation to it. Me, I don't care what other people say because I go by definitions, and by definitions, it doesn't fit. However, it doesn't matter. If I don't tell you that I'm doing this, then I'm selling you a dream, even if I don't know it. Let me get to your comments. I'm trying to skim over your comments at the same time as we doing that, and I got a video playing in the background because a lot of people, they like the videos, but we're stopping this so we can get back on the main screen. Let me see. The Urban Dictionary. All right, so that's okay. He's in a whole book. I'm talking about the Oxford Dictionary. We're not going by the Urban Dictionary. We're way past that in age. He says, Connected One says half of those guys know they are selling a dream. Have all dime pieces on the videos that they get with them and with Riz and not wait. Have all dime pieces on videos like they get them with Riz and not pesos. Again, I don't want you guys to take out of this conversation that we're having that there's a bad thing, is something wrong with it. It's a good business. It's a good business move. I'm a businessman. I graduated with a degree in accounting and a minor in marketing. As a person who was great in marketing, I know it's amazing. It's amazing that they go to a country, they go to Brazil, and they show you all baddies. And then they say, yo, Brazil is so fire. Go to Brazil. You're going to get all these baddies. They're going to be on your hips like me. And then the girls are asking for money on the video. Hey, yo, y'all want to get my Instagram? Give me $80 on a super chat. Hey, you want to meet these women? Get some money. I want to keep reminding you, there's nothing wrong with selling a dream, but there's so many creators selling a dream. And what they'll say is, I'm not selling a dream. That's my real that's my real life. It's my real life. But when you have a channel, when on your channel I can go down all your videos, you've never explained to people how you became, or you don't have a section where you explain to people, hey, this is where this is how I got to the availability to be able to travel. This is how I got to the availability to afford this money. This is how I got to the availability to have this woman treat me like this. then you're selling a dream. The people on my channel, you'll see me speak Spanish. If you go way back, you might see me speak Portuguese also. I tell people all the time, Duolingo, Rosetta Stone didn't work for me. I went to school. Duolingo helped me out. But what helped me out the most is going to these countries and learning by forcing myself to learn. Forcing myself to be like, forcing myself to learn food because I'm hungry. Comida. Something, bebida, something to drink. I need something to drink. I'm thirsty. I need something to drink. Bebida. I need to go to the bathroom. Baño. I forced myself, and I tell people at all times, I forced myself to learn the language because I knew how important it would be. If I let me share the screen again with you guys again. We're gonna keep sharing the screen. So join with me, y'all. That you can hold on a second. Let's go back to the main page. Home. 1 second, y'all. All right, let's go here. Let's go to the channel. Oh man, I didn't mean to do my fault, y'all. Let's go back. All right, let's go back. If I make it seem that you guys coming from America without speaking the language can just be sitting there with a beautiful woman laying on your bed who's willing to be on camera, who wants to move for your camera. And I'm telling you guys, hey, I got this because I showed her a lifestyle and speak the language. And you just see her flexing on camera. She's not awkward. She's not trying to hide. I don't have on the creep glasses. I'm not creep cammering her. She's being hypersexualist on the bed for the camera to show you guys an intrigue. And when I show you guys this, right? If I don't tell you, hey, the main reason why I was able to get her to feel this comfortable in multiple videos around me is because I speak Spanish and I showed her a lifestyle. I showed her a lifestyle. Like, the showing lifestyle part goes but so far. Learning the language, I wouldn't be able to sit here and tell you guys, you as somebody from the United States, if I leave all that out, the fact that I speak Spanish, the fact that I went through all this to learn how to speak Spanish, the fact that I'm showing them a lifestyle, if I leave all that out and say, all you got to do is come on down to America. Life is come on down to Colombia. Leave America. Life is so much better. The cost is cheaper. The ladies, they love you. They're sweet. They're feminine. They're not going to do anything. But I don't tell you that you got to learn Spanish. I don't tell you that you got to have some bread to show them a lifestyle because they're going to expect you to show them a lifestyle where they don't got to come out of pocket. They're not asking you for any money. I never gave her money to pay for anything. Like, say, hey, here's your money for your time. In my life, you see her in multiple videos. And I never gave her money. But she never had to come out of pocket when we went to a restaurant. But if I leave that out, guess what I did? Come on, say it with me, y'all. If I leave the fact that I speak Spanish out so she can communicate with me, y'all can't hear it right now. But if y'all leave the fact out that she can communicate with me, then I am doing what the definition was. I am leaving out realistic information and technical details. I'm selling you a dream. But a lot of creators are on YouTube selling you a dream and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And that's, unfortunately, to me, bad. Or not bad. It's unfortunately to me, it's unfortunate. it's unfortunate. I don't want to say bad or good because, again, I'm a marketing minor. I know how to market stuff. I know how to do stuff. But for me, my threshold of what I market to you is going to be based on my real life and based on fact. The easiest thing, and the one thing I learned from marketing class was that whatever product you sell, you got to believe in. The easiest product for me to sell, reason why I got 107,000 subscribers, whatever that number don't even matter, but I mean, the reason why I got a 1 million view video, most creators don't have a 1 million view video. The reason why I have almost a 30 million view short, 10 million view live, 26,000 view live is because I sold the one thing I have 100% confidence in. the real facts of my life. The real facts of my life. That's what I sell you. I don't sell you this dream of what you can do or what can be possible for you. I show you the real facts of my life. I'm not going to just go and everybody say, oh, Flyboy always has the mid-range chicks on there. You'll see a bad chick like this, but then you'll also see, let's go back a little bit. You'll also, not only do you see a bad chick like that, but then you'll see you'll see mid chicks. You'll see some chicks that's not mid. And the reason why is because if I only show you good-looking women, I don't know why it's not playing. There you go. If I only show you good-looking women, what am I doing in Thailand? What am I doing in only one person's here? What am I doing in Mexico? What am I doing in the United States? What am I doing in Colombia? Come on, say it with me, y'all. What am I doing in Brazil? If I only show you good-looking women on my video, I'm selling you a dream. And again, most people don't even know that they're selling a dream. Most people don't even know that they're selling a dream. And it's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just reality, y'all. It's just reality. Hold on a second. Did the mic cut off? Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Shout out to Dave. Shout out you guys. No, the fan's good. Fan's good. Give me a 1 in the room if you can hear me, y'all. Somebody type 1 in the room if you can hear me. I just want to make sure everything is good because, again, this will probably be an hour-long conversation. I got the fan on because we're in the office and 1 second. We're in the office and I appreciate y'all. I had the fan on because we're in the office, so it should be still good because we're on the microphone. See, while selling a dream is not a good or bad thing. And I'll get to y'all comments. While selling a dream, again, Riley Joe. Let me get you. I don't want to skip everybody else's comment, but I just want to touch on Riley Joe's comment real quick because I want to read the definition of selling a dream again. Definition of selling a dream. Okay. Here's another definition of selling a dream the same way. Selling a dream means promoting an alluring, emotional, and idealized vision of the future to persuade people, focusing on aspirations, lifestyles, and feelings rather than practical steps, hard work, realistic outcomes, or technical facts. If I only show you beautiful women, knowing that I walk past hegemongers, knowing that I may even knock over some big girls. If I only show you the best looking women, I'm selling you a dream. Because for whatever reason, everybody's reason doesn't have to be because I want you to go to this country. Everybody's reason doesn't have to be because I want to make money off you. Everyone has different reasons. But a lot of content creators are selling you a dream and they don't even know it. We're going to get to Africa right after this. But let me get to your comments because I see you guys got a lot of comments. Let's see where we ended at. Wow, you guys got a lot of comments. All right, New Power, Urban Dictionary got past that part. Connected one. New Power. Now, what woman would stick around if you stop spending money? If the answer is no, you're tricky. Okay. Let me see. You disagree. As far as I'm saying, the women won't stick. I'm going to try to get to your comments because I want to keep this under an hour and a half. Kanye said this 20 years ago. I ain't saying this. Oh, that's crazy. Then let them. Flyboy speaking facts right now. Shout out to J. Clyde. All right, here we go. Shout out to Dav Unk. Now the mic's still on, y'all. I obviously know you pulled the definition from the Oxford. Okay, click on that. Let me see. Chosen One says, pay the cost to be the boss. Shout out to Mentuition in the building, International, and Steve. Man, they're having a wild time out there in Cartagena. Next week we'll be in Cali, Colombia, y'all. I messed with your comment though. Been rocking with you for years. It's all you can put. It's just let me see. I'm trying to get to y'all comments, y'all. Salute to the non-creep cameras. Riley, shout out to Riley Joe in the building. I'm like, I'm even trying to get your comments. I'm getting to your comments. I'm breezing through the comments, but I'm going to read out your questions louder. So that's what we're doing right now, so we can get back to the conversation. Because living their best life abroad while their daughter is back in the States looking for another man. His help is crazy. Okay, now this is a comment, but I feel like I gotta respond to this, not say a comment to this. Connected One says MFers, mother lovers, living their best life abroad while their daughter is back in the States looking for another man's help is crazy. We can't put our morals and values on all people. For me, I would never say that's a bad thing, or I would never say it's a good thing. But for me, I would never be able to do that. Let's go back a little bit. If you guys, you just watching me for the first time, I hit millionaire status, meaning my net worth over $1 million at 35 years old. I could have retired from my job because the investment I have in real estate produces me cash flow. I'm going to give you guys a lower estimate than what I really make. I get about $5K a month just off of cash flow from real estate after my bills are paid. Okay, right? That allows me to live in most countries good. That allows me to live in most countries good, while my kids still have a house here. I decided to go buy a place in Miami to get the Miami lifestyle. I bought a place on the water in Miami. I spent $60,000 and something down. I lived there for 3 years. I rented it for 2 years. I sold it. I made more money off of that. So when it comes to the money aspect, I have been able to retire. The issue is, as Connected One says, for me, I can't be living my best life in Thailand. I can't be living my best life in the Philippines, Africa, Colombia, Brazil, knowing that my 10-year-old son still has to grow up in America and I'm not there every day. Or they're not every day, at least there once every night. My son lives with me. Knowing that my daughter, who wasn't 19 at the time when I hit the status, was still like 13, 14 years old, knowing that she still had to go to school, I couldn't do that. And then I couldn't leave knowing that, well, they had places to live, so that was covered already. But even though I feel that way, Connected One, I'm never going to judge another man who may not feel that way. I'm never going to say that he has to live by my morals and do the same thing, because everyone is cut from a different cloth. Everyone has a different character. But one thing you will learn from all the stuff that's happening on YouTube to people now that a lot of stuff is being filmed live, a person's character goes with you wherever you are. And if your character ain't good, eventually things will start to happen. And don't wonder why. Just remember, you were treated the way you treat others, and you were treated based on the character way you move. So again, I don't need to knock the people who are living overseas, YouTubers who are living overseas, traveling around with beautiful women, and their kids are home struggling, or the kids are home with getting raised by another man or no man at all. Because life works itself out, and that's why I say, yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't really knock him for that. Shout out to Nick in the building. What up? You have to learn language. There's no way around it. I've been there 5 times. Casper, what up, man? He says, I appreciate your transparency. You're the only person in YouTube keeping it 100. Salute from one. Shout out to NJ. Shout out to Casper and C Paper. My fault. Shout out to C Paper in the building. Yo, listen. I don't care about being a realist in here. Y'all already know. Got trapped in a year 4 times in a row. But I really appreciate when people understand what I'm trying to bring across to you, because it is very easy to be fooled by entertainers. It is very easy, especially with YouTube, where you can make a whole relationship on YouTube look like it's real, but behind the scenes, you're really paying her a proportion of what you make off of YouTube for her to travel around the seas with you. It's a lot of story, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know I like marketing. There's nothing wrong with that. But the issue is, without you knowing it, you're selling a dream. If I move to Africa and I move to Ghana, because y'all know I like Ghana, I got a video on Ghana. I like Ghana, my daughter's Ghanaian and black. So if I move to Ghana and I find a woman and I say, hey, I know, and I make sure she's really good looking, and I know the people on YouTube, they're going to watch me if I got a cute girl there every time. Or I move to the Philippines, or I move to Thailand, and I do the same thing. There are situations where it's become apparent to most people now that there are guys paying for beautiful women to just travel around with them, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you then take that to say, hey, this is the lifestyle you can get. This is the lifestyle you can live. You see me with this beautiful woman. You see me with this other beautiful woman. You see her going from country to country with me, doing whatever I tell her to do. Clip my toenails. And you're not telling them that, hey, I pay her to travel with me. I pay her to play the role I need her to play on YouTube for me. I make sure her family don't ever have to work. Then what you're doing is selling the dream. Because, like I said earlier, everyone watching doesn't know. It's not something they can just go to your channel and say, hey, look, he said this is what he's going to do in Africa. They can't do that. So it's like, again, definition. You're leaving out technical details and hard work to show when you're showing the realistic outcome that you're doing. Again, this is the town hall, and in this town hall, we're talking about selling a dream. A lot of YouTube content creators are setting you up to fail, and they don't even know it. Because their definition is not the definition that's in the Oxford Dictionary. It might be in an Urban Dictionary, but it's not the Oxford definition, which most people go by, which is saying that selling a dream isn't just showing you a lifestyle and saying you can live there. It's showing you a lifestyle, but leaving out the technical details, leaving out the realistic hard work and details that come with it, leaving out the fact that I had to try Duolingo, I had to try Rosetta Stone, I had to try going to college for Spanish, and none of that really worked until I started traveling overseas and using Duolingo, and then I was able to do that. And that's why now when I go to Barranquilla, I can get a beautiful woman, and she not even expect any money because I'm showing her a lifestyle, and I'm speaking the language. She can communicate with me. Versus me just, and on top of that, I'm not just showing you all the 9s and 10s. I'm not going to Barranquilla and showing you all 9s and 10s. I'm not going to Medellin and showing you 9s and 10s and saying, hey, this is what you can expect when you come to Medellin. This is what you can expect when you come to Rio de Janeiro. Because that's not reality. That's leaving out a lot of technical details. Especially, and not everyone will admit to it. And it's okay. Especially when there's a lot of people who are paying for a woman's lifestyle, like I say I do, but they're not telling you. They're just saying, yo, I got this off the strength. I didn't tell you that she came with me to this dinner because this is a $130 dinner in Colombia. It's a $130 dinner when the average dinner is $3. And she came here, and I paid for her Uber, and I'm gonna pay for her Uber back, and I'm gonna buy her something while we. Yo, again, man, listen. There's nothing wrong with selling the dream, but a lot of content creators out there, they setting y'all up and y'all don't even know. Let me get to y'all comments. Y'all got any questions? We got about another half an hour. We're gonna get up out of here, y'all. I just felt like this is a conversation that needed to be on my channel. I like when I think of things like this because a lot of this stuff needs to be said, and a lot of people are not going to say it because a lot of people depend on this YouTube income. I mean, let me briefly touch this real quick before we get to comments, please. You cannot 100% believe somebody is going to tell you when they're selling you a dream or leaving out a lot of information if they make money on YouTube. Let me show you the common sense in this. If I tell you that I'm selling you a dream and I'm leaving out stuff, it's going to be harder for me to make money off of YouTube. Now, it's not going to be impossible, but it's going to be a lot harder for me to make money off of YouTube. If I tell you, hey, yeah, you can go to Brazil. You see me with these bad chicks, but when you come here, you don't get a 6. You don't get 5. You don't get 4. Or you can come and you can live in Thailand, and then but when you come here, you ain't gonna be able to live for a long time because you're gonna have to have $20,000 for a DTR visa, or you're gonna have to have a wife. Well, you're gonna have to have this if you want. You're gonna have to have the money to buy the girl out so she ain't got to go to the bar. A lot of people ain't gonna tell you that. Oh, you want a girl that looks good in Thailand? Now I haven't been to Thailand yet, but if I'm wrong, somebody correct me. If you've been to Thailand and you're watching this clip or watching this video and I'm wrong, correct me. If you go to Thailand and you want a very attractive looking woman, what is the odds that attractive looking woman doesn't have an option of guys to pick from? What is the odds that attractive woman in Thailand doesn't have a bunch of places she can go to make money off of selling that box? What's the odds that Thai woman that looks really good is not going to require a certain lifestyle that's going to cost you money, or a stipend that costs you money in Africa, in order for you to be the only one she's with? So when everyone that speaks on that leaves out all this stuff, and they just say, hey, you can come here and get this quality woman, what are they doing? They're selling you a dream. In Africa, if you go to Africa and people showing you, look, these women, they treat you so different. They didn't ask for no money, but you got to take them somewhere every single time. You got to take them bowling. You got to take them to the movies. You got to take them to the mall. You got to take them to Afrofest thing. You got to keep paying for all this stuff. And then they're not really just with you. They with a bunch of other dudes. You're just a dude right now. What are they doing? You're selling somebody a dream because you're leaving out all of the details, the technical details. I'm reading y'all the definition. You're leaving out the technical details that make things work. And to believe that anyone and everyone can just assume they know all this, that's just a cop out. Let's see. Shout out to Khalik in the building. Khalik, I can't, man, that's a hard name to pronounce. Shout out to Jay Boogie in the building. He says, sold a dream. Riley Joe says, I wouldn't say anyone is selling dreams. If anyone goes somewhere expecting the same exact experience as someone they've seen on YouTube, then that's for a goofy because everyone's different. Here's the problem where I have with that statement, Riley Joe. Only the statement I have a problem with is to say someone is goofy because we live in the United States where as kids and as teenagers growing up and getting educated, we don't learn anything about this. Saying someone is goofy because they're expecting someone who is supposed to be a professional or someone who's been doing something for a long time to tell them the truth rather than entertain them, rather than market to them, and expecting someone to tell them the whole truth is not something that makes you a goofy. It just means you haven't been around long enough to understand how the world works. Now, I know that's gonna be like crazy, but like, yo, but Flyboy, you're saying that you tell the whole truth. It's a difference, though. I'm not making money off of you. You can't super chat me right now. You can't super thanks me right now. You can't send a donation. So there's no means of income from anything I say. Most of the stuff that I do say is not even advertiser friendly. So now I'm not even making advertiser suitable when I show you pictures like the girl dancing at the jacuzzi. So that's what makes it different from people who are advertiser friendly or who you can super chat, who you can super things, who you can hit them on a cash app. It's a difference. And that's the reason why I have it set up that way, because it's very difficult to believe that someone is not going to sell you a dream when there's a way I can make money off of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's reality. It's reality. And some people do it, just like I say in this title, without knowing that they're selling you a dream. Some people do this without knowing that they're selling you a dream. Raleigh Joe continues. He says, could be one man's uglier, one man spending more, 81 persons has a better personality. It's a ton of difference that people experiences. Yes, I said this earlier, Raleigh Joe. You might have just came in here. That is the exact same thing as me saying I learned Spanish. And because I know Spanish, I'm able to communicate with the women. When the women see that I'm a United States citizen who can communicate with them and who's willing to show them a lifestyle, that is going to be a major part why I'm able to get the women I can. At the same token, for me not to bring that up and make sure that I emphasize that, but then tell you that you can come over here and do this, that's where the part of selling the dream comes in. Again, I keep referring back to the definition. That's where the part where I'm promoting or luring an emotional, idealized vision of the future. To break that down in simple terms, I'm telling you and alluring you by showing you the women to say, hey, this is what you can have in the future if you come to Ghana, if you come to Kenya, if you come to South Africa. I'm alluring you. This, if you come to Philippines, if you come to Thailand, if you come to Colombia, Brazil. But I'm leaving out the realistic outcomes. You didn't study Spanish. Você não fala português. You didn't learn about South African culture the way I did to get to these women. I'm leaving this stuff out. You're not willing to give this woman $700 a month. You're not willing to fly these two girls out to an island, to pay for all their food, to take them to the fanciest restaurant, to get them on camera. You want to try to just sneak it. I'm not saying one is better than the other, one is right or wrong, y'all. I'm just showing you guys everything that leads up to people selling a dream. And that's, again, why I titled this Town Hall. Most creators on YouTube are selling you a dream, and they don't even know it. Some are going by the Urban Dictionary. Some don't know the real definition, the Oxford definition of selling a dream. And some just don't care because they're making money. So again, lifestyle is not tricking. Connected One says as much and it's much more fun. Riley Joe says, well, what idiot thinks anywhere only has dimes? It's pretty and ugly girls everywhere. Riley Joe, I just said it earlier. I hope you got it. It doesn't make you an idiot when you was raised in a place where they didn't teach you nothing about the world. And then you have a YouTube content creator and you don't know that, hey, the money thing is what's leading them to say whatever you got to say. The credibility, they want the clout, is leading them to say whatever you want to hear them say so they can get you to watch. So you can have 150 people in a room. So you can have 200 people in a room. Everyone's not comfortable with not getting paid super chats, not getting paid super thanks, not getting donations on the Cash App, not having 300 people watching me because they're entertained by what I say. Everyone's not okay with that because everyone is not well off enough where they don't care. So if a person doesn't know that a content creator is just making this stuff up because he wants the money or she wants the money, I can't call him an idiot. I can say you're an idiot because this content creator goes to Brazil, shows you all these bad chicks. He's easily going dates on chicks, and I can't show you that. Hey, he's telling the chicks they can make money by giving out the Instagram on YouTube, or they get a piece of the commission that he gets from his super chats, or he's giving these women clout. I can't tell you all that, and that your experience is going to be different. and I'm going to call you an idiot because you don't understand that. It's something you just got to see over time. I would never do that. I would never call somebody an idiot because they lack the knowledge that there's no way you can get it, but from somebody that's willing to tell you something without expecting any money or without expecting the clout or without expecting 400 people in the chat. It ain't a lot of us left. But when you see it, you'll know, hopefully. Let's see. Shout out to Flatbush in the building. What up? EC. Damn, the YouTube relationships ain't. EC says, damn, the YouTube relationships ain't real. Come on, man. If you believe some of these YouTube relationships are real meaning that there's no profit for the woman being in a relationship with them, with them. If you believe these YouTube relationships are real with women from a foreign that are not getting any money and it's just a regular. Let's bring it in a little bit because let's not judge. Let's bring it in a little bit. Riddle me this. Are you under the impression that a foreign man and a local woman can have a relationship and that relationship be filmed where the foreign man is making money and that woman gets nothing? I don't know any country where that is. We're not talking about the United States. I don't know any country where that woman is not getting a lifestyle. That woman is not getting a severance pay, a reoccurring check. That woman is not getting any kind of financial ability. It's not going to happen, bro. Never. Knock on wood. I don't say never often. It's not likely ever to happen. And if you could show me one, I wouldn't believe it. I don't know how I would believe it. That a woman mentality, a woman is going to have a boyfriend who's a foreigner, who's using her image and likeness to make a significant amount of money, and she's not getting a penny. She's not being shown the lifestyle. She's not being taken on a flight to San Andreas. She's not getting taken on a flight to Cali, Colombia. She's not getting taken on a flight to Phuket. She's not getting taken on a flight. And you think that it's a real relationship? It's a partnership. And there's nothing wrong with that. But again, it's selling a dream. It's selling a dream when you leave out. And again, this is not my opinion. This is me. Well, this is my opinion. This is not just my opinion. This is me basing off the definition of selling a dream, the Oxford definition of selling a dream. Let's take it off the women for a second. We got about 20 minutes left. You guys got any questions? Let me know. We're going to take it off the women for a second. I'm on YouTube and I'm telling you I have a plan. A plan we can make money. There's a company I want to open. And I want you guys to send all the money into the company. And then after I get the company up and running, you guys are going to come over and going to be able to do the same thing. So you send the money in, and I never open up a company. I just sold you the dream that if you gave me money, I could show you that it's possible to live and run a company in another country. But I didn't tell you that it was being funded by other people. I didn't tell you that you couldn't just come over here and buy real estate without owning, and you can't own land. I didn't tell you that you can come over here, but for example, in Thailand, I didn't tell you that, hey, the foreigner is going to have to pay more than the local for the same property at the same price because it's different taxes. I didn't tell you in Colombia that, hey, if you're going to get a property, you got to go talk to a lawyer. You got to get a trust. You got to pay all cash. Again, there's just so much stuff that's part of selling the dream, y'all. Shout out to Habitual Traveler in the room. And again, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't want you guys to think this is an expose on anybody. I don't want you guys to think that this is me just downplaying stuff that people do. I just want you guys to understand. And it's 35 people in the chat. Hopefully y'all spread it to some more people and help them to understand so they don't get jammed up that most content creators, notice I didn't say travel. Hear what I'm saying? Notice I didn't say most travel content creators. I didn't say most black travel content creators. Most creators are selling you a dream. And either they don't know it, they don't care, or they don't see it. They don't even see it. So again, y'all, I appreciate we got an hour in, right? Let me see. I got an hour. All right, we do the hour, y'all. I just give you guys some time to join the stream again. Let me see if I could show you guys any shared content where my fault, y'all. Let me do that. Where I can show you that and like again, I spent a lot of time on talking about selling the dream of women because of the fact that tends to be the easiest way to sell somebody a dream. You show them a bunch of beautiful women, and you show them your interactions with them, or you show them in your video, and now I can sell you a dream. I can sell you a dream by just walking down the street, showing you all the beautiful women that you see, not telling you that in order to see these beautiful women, in order to be able to interact with these beautiful women on any level besides a hello, goodbye, you're going to have to spend money. Either you're going to spend money on the pro aspect of it, or you're going to spend money by showing them a lifestyle. And a lot of these women, they're going to look at you and they know you're not going to be here a long time, and they're not even going to give you a chance to show them a lifestyle and spend the money that way. They're going to go the other way, the pro route. I'm just trying to give you guys the real. Again, you can't super chat me, you can't super thanks me. There's no Cash App below here. There's no Zelle. There's no nothing like that. This is just listen. This is not selling you a dream. Again, man, listen. I won't drag this out too much, y'all. I don't want to drag this out too much because I think the point has been made, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, I think the point has been made. So if you guys got any questions, I'll give you guys 4 more minutes. We'll end this at one at 1:10. In the meantime, I'll tell you guys Friday. Shout out to Corey Drummond in the building. Friday we are going to Cali, Colombia. It's going to be a very, very interesting and fun, hopefully, experience because this time I don't have to focus on getting the drone footage. I'm leaving my drone here. I might take my I probably will take my my what is this called? My Starlink, because I don't know if we go somewhere where I might not have no service. I'll be live streaming. That's probably all the content I'm going to get. I'm probably only going to be live streaming, and I'll try to live stream on my phone and the Osmo on the other channel. That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to balance out the phone and the Osmo. Connected says, why so late? What do you mean connected? Why so late? What? I'm going Friday. I'm going Friday. I normally okay, yes, okay. Petronio starts on the 13th. Petronio Alvarez Music Festival starts on the 13th. The reason why I'm going on Friday is because I didn't want to take multiple days off of work because I actually have a trip coming up in October. It's going to be probably the last trip. Well, I might do a vacation trip in November, but this will probably be the last trip, major trip in October. So I didn't want to take too many days off now, and then I can't take the days off later just in case. But I'll be there from the 14th to the 24th. So I'll be there the day after. Or actually, I'll be there on the 15th. I get to Colombia on the 14th, but I'll be in Bogota. And then from Bogota in the morning, I go to Cali. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a intriguing thing. But again, this is the first time I don't really have to focus on getting the perfect view because I've showed people different restaurants. I show people pants. I show people different activities. I might do go-karting again. That's just super fun. But I've done all that stuff in Cali already, and now I can get to just enjoy it with other content creators that's gonna be there. Mentuition is gonna be there. I think International and Steve, they're gonna be there as Mentuition. I think International Zoe's gonna be there. I think TJ might be there. There's gonna be a lot of other people there. I think Ellis Darrell said he was gonna go back. So it's gonna be a time where I get to really relax. And in the first 2 days, I'm gonna just I still haven't. I'm gonna pack right now. I'm going to pack right now because I got to pack. The first 2 days, I'll give you guys a little the Mountain View with the Apple Columbia. Yeah, that was dope. That was super dope. I think with La Leche. Yeah. I think The 15th, I'm flying, girl. Let me give you guys a little chat. We're just kicking it right now. We talked about the conversation. On the 15th, I'm flying out a girl from Barranquilla who I feel like would be good to build my legacy. And maybe I'll say this part for tomorrow's conversation. Yeah, I think I will, because I think this conversation is a good conversation to have. And the conversation is going to be about when you pick a woman to have a kid with. I'm starting to believe that it's more. Nah, I'm not. I've kind of always been this way. I believe it's more important that you ask the woman what does she see in her future, and with the type of lifestyle she wants in her future. Because then, if it goes along with in parallel to what you want, it works better. But a lot of times, when you go after the girl for the look, you're really not. You're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to struggle. Like, you're going to have a hard time. And I feel like this woman I'm deciding to have a kid with and build a legacy with, she is the average Colombiana. She's not a 5. She's probably like a 6. Or she's not a 5. She's not probably like a 6. She got a job. She got a motorcycle. She's younger. She's 20. She's younger. But she comes from a family that owns businesses. Like, her family has a restaurant. Her mother has a restaurant. Her stepfather or father-in-law has a mechanic company or something, a mechanic shop or something like that. Like, they actually have stuff. And when I'm looking at it, I'm looking like, I'd rather have a legacy with a woman like that than to go with a woman who just looks really good and her family doesn't have all that coming with her. So maybe we had a conversation tomorrow. I don't know. I do have another conversation I can have, but I appreciate everybody for joining me on this live. We did it just an hour and 10 minutes. Again, this whole conversation was about selling a dream. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But there's a lot of, if not most, content creators are selling, and this is not a disrespect or slide to anyone. This is just using definitions to explain or to show you the difference or show you a thought process. There are a lot of YouTube creators, not just travel, but there are a lot of YouTube creators right now that are selling you a dream, whether it's a dream lifestyle, whether it's a dream job, whether it's like a remote, whether it's a dream wealth plan, and they don't even know it because they don't understand that when you leave out what's real, when you leave out technical details, when you leave out information because it's not as accepted or it's not as making you look good, it leads to you to be having to selling them a dream. It leads you to sell them a dream. Let's end up with the definition, y'all. Again, we said this 1,000,001 times. Might as well end this again with this definition of selling a dream. Selling a dream means to persuade someone to believe in an appealing, idealized version of the future, focusing on status, emotion, or success, while downplaying the real effort, cost, and risk involved. I'm not selling you a dream. I'm showing you my real life, whether it's IRLs, whether it's lives, whether it's desktop, whether it's edited videos. It's all real. Everything. But I still don't know people who are selling the dream. It's up to you to know the difference. It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. Dreams of getting an R&B chick. dreams of fucking an R&B chick. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.